Well, you clicked on this video, you know what you're in for. Chapter 71 review of Chainsaw Man, title chapter name, Bath. Well, we got a couple things to do before we actually get into the review. We got a couple, just little off-mention things. We have a color page this week, so that's pretty fucking badass. I love the colored pages in Chainsaw Man. They are phenomenal. And we also got a poll. You can look it on screen right here. It's pretty funny once you notice something pretty important in the background, but it's a pretty interesting poll that Denji got 5, but all the top girls got got the top 3. So, pretty interesting. Now let's get on with the review. This chapter starts off a little bit odd, I would say. We have Denji and Power waking up in bed together, insert joke here, and they're just having they're just waking up. Which is kind of odd because, the last chapter, there was blood and guts and a huge-ass fight. So it's kind of a massive change in scenery. But we get into the next page and, well, to put it into words, we get a plot reveal that Violence and Shark are dead. Fuck, man. And Angel can't put her arms back on and Kaban is now retired. So, that's also pretty important too, but Shark and Violence are dead. Damn it, dude, I like those two. And also, Power has PTSD because of the Darkness Devil, so that's actually pretty important. This could play a pretty major part in future fights. Her PTSD is so bad that she just kind of gets violent. That's how I would describe it, or she just starts kind of screaming in a way, because she thinks the Darkness Devil is in her mouth in this specific shot in this panel. So yeah, she has it bad. Denji from this point forward has to kind of be the caretaker of Power, or be the babysitter basically for her. And eventually, as we move forward, Kai actually makes a passing comment to Denji about Makima's kind of going away trip, or vacation basically, and he has a kind of not a PTSD moment, but kind of recalling on his memories. They're just having a casual conversation, but the sexual tension is ridiculously high because, Denji's a horn dog. But, she's kind of just mentioning to him, hey, do you want to go on this trip with me? And he's all like, I really, really do, but, Power's freaking about, the whole Darkness Devil thing, so he can't really go. And so he's kind of disappointed and bummed out. So Kai asks, hey, why didn't you go with her? And he lies, saying, yeah, I don't really know, bro. And Power asks a favor a little bit later in this week's chapter, and how do we say this? I can't show any of it. The sexual tension and the art, I really just can't show on screen. I could show maybe 2 panels, but yeah, Denji's just helping Power take a shower. That's about it. I can just summarize it to about that. So let's move on. But even when we do move on, the sexual tension is still there to a degree, but Power begins to kind of apologize for her past actions towards Denji. Then it immediately leads to sexy time, I think? Maybe? I don't know. I really don't know. After the midway part of this chapter, it got really sexual really fast. And I'm presuming they actually did it. It's kind of left up to the viewer's kind of maybe perception, but I don't really know. It's a shonen manga, so I don't think they're you can't show it in the shonen manga, it's for kids and stuff, but even then it's kind of hinted and implied that it happens. So I don't really know what they do. So it's kind of just left open up for the books and for people to interpret. So pick your poison. That's all I'm gonna say. And before the chapter just ends, we get this small little monologue of Denji kind of saying, I probably would have felt really, really bad if I knew the assassins kind of had bad backstories. They all did. We all know they probably came from bad homes and just kind of had a screwed up life. And Denji probably would have felt really, really bad if he had to kill those people. And so he says, I need to be in the dark about some things if I'm going to, pursue this job. And then we go back to the door that should not be opened. And Denji says, I'm not going to open it. I don't care what's behind it. So that's kind of really, really important. And it's just kind of just left at the end of this chapter. So what's going to happen for the rest of the series with this door? It's kind of been getting small bits of build up towards it and hype. And now Denji does not want to open it. So this is going to be a mystery for a bit. I can tell you that much. End chapter. All right. It's time for the side note portion of today's chapter review. I got some shit to talk about. Violence and Shark are just dead now. I am physically in pain. I want to cry. I want to sit in the corner of my room and just weep. Shark and Violence were goated, bro. Like, why would you do this to me? I feel so angry, but so sad at the same time, bro. Like, god damn it. I really liked them. Like, every time they showed up on page, I was all like, oh man, some stupid, goofy shit's gonna happen, and it's gonna be so memey in the end of the day when the anime comes out. So I was just like, oh man, it's gonna be so fun. And now they're dead. I'm sad. Alright, moving on to the next topic. Angel. Now, he was an extremely powerful devil. He basically had the ability to, when somebody touched him or he touched somebody, he had the ability to, like, basically wipe away their life force by, you know, aging them rapidly. So, with his arms now gone, it makes it almost extremely difficult to use his ability / power. So Angel's basically been KO'd from the series, for now at least. Basically, he cannot regenerate or put his arms back onto his body thanks to the Darkness Devil. So that's pretty damn important, because without him, they have lost a pretty powerful devil on their side. And if the Gun Devil or any other, you know, future organization shows up and Angel's not there, it's going to be extremely difficult for the rest of the group to fight. So Angel's done for. That's basically what it is at the end of the day. Now let's talk about something also pretty big in scope as well, is that, you know, Power has major PTSD. Now, for a lot of people, you're probably wondering, she'll be fine. Well, from how she's acting in a casual environment right now, it's pretty damn bad. If she were to go into a fight with, you know, broken buildings, destroyed, you know, landscape, there's gonna be a lot of damn shadows, and I'm just saying, PTSD's a bitch, so she could totally just enter a shock state and just completely lose it, and she's out of the game because of her PTSD and not because of another devil. So, you know, that's pretty damn bad. She's an extremely powerful devil, and if she's gone, it's gonna be a tough fight no matter what. There's a done deal when it comes to power. Power is ridiculously powerful, pun not intended. With this PTSD, she is pretty handicapped at the moment. I want to pick out a really specific line really quickly. She says, "The Darkness Devil is watching me nonstop until I go back to hell." I'm just saying, with this series, there's always a lot of foreshadowing and hinting for later stuff. So I'm just saying, could we possibly go back to hell in future chapters? Maybe, possibly. Just an afterthought. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Now, I want to talk about Denji's monologue at the end of this chapter this week. There was a bit of character development to a degree in this ending monologue. Denji's like, I don't really want to hurt people, you know, if they have, you know, stuff that's wrong about them, you know, if they have a really bad, you know, family life, or, you know, they just have a very crappy life, and, you know, the events have led them to a fight in which one of them has to die. And Denji's like, I don't want that to happen. I want to be a nice dude. Basically, it can be summarized into a small little text box for you there. But that was there in that part. But what I really want to get into is the last two shots of Denji just saying, I don't want to open up the mysterious door. Motherfucker, you better. Jokes aside, really do want to see the door open. Like, it's kind of intriguing. It's kind of I would say the low-key MacGuffin of this story so far, because it always gets mentioned, and we're not supposed to open it, but Denji wants to open it, but up until now, he doesn't want to open it. So, I'm confused. Do we open the door? Do we not open the door? What's the deal here? Like, I kind of want to see what's past it. Is it hell? Is it Denji's true form? Is it an actual, like, super powerful devil? Like, what's the deal here? And I know I'm opening up a can of worms when I'm talking about the door, because everybody and their mother has a theory on what's on the other side of that door. It can be its own video in itself if I wanted to make it, but I kind of don't want to unless we get more information about it. So I guess that's where it ends this chapter. Denji does not want to open the door. I'd probably have to give this chapter a solid 9 out of 10. I really liked it. Not just because it kind of was a porno for, like, I don't know, a good 5 pages, but I liked it. We got some pretty important plot details. Denji's and powers kind of character development kind of grew. There's after effects of the Darkness Devil fight, and characters are just overall growing, and it was pretty damn entertaining overall. Well, that's the end of the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, stay hydrated. See you in the next one, ladies and gentlemen.